And welcome back, WrestleRanters, to WrestleRant edition number 21. I am your host, Bleacher Report feature columnist level 2, Graham GSM Matthews. Here today, joined by the turning 12 Jackson Marmina. He was on my show earlier a couple months ago. Welcome back, Jackson, to the show.
Yep.
And we are here today to review the November 14th edition of Monday Night Raw. But before we get to Monday Night Raw, I would just like to offer my initial thoughts on TNA Turning Point this past Sunday. We saw Bobby Roode retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship by defeating AJ Styles with a fluke victory. Also, we saw Jeff Jarrett fall to Jeff Hardy 3 consecutive times within the matter of 10 minutes. And we also saw new champions crowned in Robbie E. and a new Knockouts champion in Gail Kim. Now, overall, this pay-per-view was pretty well wrestled, but the storylines are obviously lacking. And the finishes are pretty Vince Russo booking right there. They're all overbooked finishes, to say the least. And hopefully, it was nothing more than anything you'd see on Impact any typical week. So hopefully we can see a new title picture. AJ Styles was shoved into the championship picture just a matter of days ago, made in the last 30 seconds of Impact. So hopefully we see something with Bobby Roode in the next couple of weeks with James Storm out with a concussion. So, back on the Monday Night Raw review, to kick off the show, we had, let's just see here, we had the Michael Cole Challenge. And to kick off the Michael Cole Challenge, Michael Cole said that he was going to have the arm wrestling match. JR won that. Then what else did we have after that? We had the dance contest, which was Laugh Out Loud Funny, with JR coming out victorious in that. And then after that, we had the Guess Your Weight Challenge, with Michael Cole coming out successful in that. Now, I don't understand how Michael Cole can defeat JR in that fashion, seeing that Jim Ross was the one who defeated Michael Cole in the 2 previous challenges. But overall, if you think about it, this was delayed a total of 3 times over the past couple of weeks. So I think it was a colossal waste of time just to have JR lose. And what are your thoughts on JR not being offered his spot back on commentary, Jackson?
Well, obviously many people love him. And, he gets a huge reaction each time by the hardcore fans and most of the time by some of the baby faces. But by just letting him, they built that up for, pretty much a month now. They didn't even, give him a chance. They make him win 2. And it was kind of obvious they were going to win the last one because of the weight. But it's just ridiculous how they booked that.
It was quite an embarrassment to Jim Ross, who's been loyal to the company for the past 20 years, and they just go off and embarrass him to Michael Cole within seconds. I mean, they did that weight thing on purpose. They know JR has issues with his weight, and they just make fun of that. And CM Punk came out and just blatantly stated that Jim Ross is better than Michael Cole on commentary. That was a beautiful segment, because we all know that Jim Ross is indeed better than Michael Cole. Why they continue to book Jim Ross in that fashion and not have him back on commentary is beyond me. But we saw JR on commentary for the next hour after that, even though Michael Cole replaced him later on when he came back from his injury from the any kind of ice. But nonetheless, this was not a very good way to start off the show, besides the CM Punk promo. But that's besides the point. After that, we saw Cody Rhodes and Hunico defeat the team of Kofi Kingston and Sin Cara. This match was pretty forgettable. But the main climax, the main point of this, the main focus of this match, was Cody Rhodes coming out with no mask on, along with new theme music, and looks like he's going back to that dashing gimmick that he had late last year. And now with this look, it looks like he's going to become a future World Heavyweight Champion, most definitely. Some people could never really take his undashing gimmick too seriously, especially with the way that he talked and such. I mean, I was getting sick of the mask. So that gimmick definitely ran its course. Hopefully we see something new from Cody Rhodes, especially as the new Intercontinental Champion. So what are your thoughts on Cody Rhodes? Do you ever think he's going to become World Heavyweight Champion?
I think...
Well, maybe not in the near future, but do you think in the course of his career?
He probably will. If he keeps up this no mask gimmick, then he probably will. Changing the theme. He goes with the mask kind of just sucked with him having the new belt. But now with the new belt and his all-new gimmick, I think he's going to become a world champion in the next few years.
Yeah, most definitely. Given his work ethic, and even though he hasn't been winning a lot of matches as of late, he can definitely bounce back, and with a few wins over some top stars, he is definitely World Heavyweight Champion material. So then after that, speaking of World Heavyweight Champion material, we had former World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler fall to Mason Ryan within a minute. I think this was just to protect Mason Ryan. Everyone knows that he's very, very, very green in the ring, even though he has improved since he has returned a number of months ago. But that's besides the point. Dolph Ziggler should have gone over here. Dolph Ziggler has yet to win a match in weeks, I believe. He's lost to the likes of Randy Orton, John Morrison, Zack Ryder, and now Mason Ryan. Now, the U.S. title picture is kind of cluttered at the moment with Mason Ryan, Morrison, and Ryder. I thought they were going to give Ryder his title shot.
Yeah.
And Dolph Ziggler was also announced to be Christian's replacement in the Survivor Series tag team match this Sunday, which is something that I'm not pleased about because I was looking forward to seeing Ziggler defend the United States Championship against Ryder or any other opponent for that matter. But overall, I do not want to see Mason Ryan as the United States Champion. I do not want to see Morrison as champion. If I want to see anyone as the United States Champion, it has to be Zack Ryder. What are your thoughts on the next United States Champion?
Well, I agree with you with the next United States Champion being Zack Ryder because he's like a big spirit. He's going over with the fans, babyface to hardcore fans, like I said before. He would just totally fit it. And I think Dolph Ziggler isn't really doing well nowadays because Vicky keeps on he just keeps on losing. I don't really think he's that material anymore.
Well, they have to book him correctly, and hopefully he can become World Heavyweight Champion once again in the future. Maybe a move to SmackDown. It remains to be seen, but hopefully in the future they book him as a strong United States Champion. He goes on to the main event picture where he rightfully deserves his spot as WWE/World Heavyweight Champion. Then after that we had This Is Your Life with Mick Foley and John Cena. What I can say, this is vastly disappointing. When The Rock had his birthday celebration back in May, many people were expecting Mick Foley to return, even though he wasn't TNA. People were pushing for Mick Foley to return to do This Is Your Life segment with The Rock that they did probably more than a decade ago, I think. Now they do it with John Cena's hometown. Sure, it's logical. They're in his hometown. They might as well do it. But, I mean, the whole point of this was for it to be bad. And it did come off on television as horrible. I mean, I like the appearance by Bull Buchanan, or however you say his name, John Cena's old bodyguard / tag team partner back in 2003. That was a nice cameo. But anyways, this promo absolutely served no purpose whatsoever. So hopefully we see, I mean, you never know. This promo, you see how John Cena was kind of resistant when his father got the biggest heat of the night when he was putting over John Cena. Maybe could be setting up a John Cena heel turn in the future. You never know. Maybe this Sunday.
Maybe. I doubt it because they just can't really turn him heel. Vince McMahon loves him as a face. He's really getting over. Obviously now with all adults, everyone hates all those guys. Hate him. With the little kids, like his father said, we're actually cheering him. And after what his father said, that they all suck and crap like that, he might actually be right about the baby faces being the only ones.
Well, that remains to be seen, and hopefully we can get back to that point in a couple of minutes when we talk about The Rock and John Cena in the show. But anyways, we had a throwaway match featuring Jack Swagger and Sheamus. I mean, this is a match of a caliber, WrestleMania caliber, about a year ago when both were simultaneously World Heavyweight and WWE Champion. Now they're just afterthoughts. Okay, maybe not Sheamus, but Jack Swagger certainly is. And the crowd was just not buying this match. So hopefully we see more from them on Sunday with more of a crowd reaction. We also saw a throwaway match between Natalya and Kelly Kelly when Kelly used to roll up on Natalya to pick up the victory. This absolutely served no purpose. If this Sunday it's Beth versus Eve, yet we're having Kelly versus Natalya. Maybe it's supposed to hype the magazine. I have absolutely no idea. But this match was just terrible, only lasted a minute, and it just never ceases to amaze me how they continue to bury Natalya as a future Divas Champion, a potential #1 contender for Beth Phoenix's Divas Championship. But maybe it's leading to a babyface turn in the future. Who knows? Because I know I read up on a rumor that Natalya will eventually face Phoenix in the title at one point. So after that, we had the World Heavyweight and WWE Champion collide in a tag team match when Mark Henry tag team with Alberto Del Rio against the team of CM Punk and The Big Show. This match was actually pretty solid for the most part. We saw some pretty nice moves here. I'm just going to go along pretty quickly because we're running out of time. But, you know, this served a nice preview for Sunday. I'm glad the heels went over. So I'm definitely looking forward to both World Championships matches this Sunday. Maybe not storyline-wise. The storylines for both rivalries have been a little off in the last few weeks. But the match quality should be okay. The World Heavyweight Championship, maybe not, between Henry and Show. But, you know, that remains to be seen. And then after that, we had Kevin Nash come out and attack Santino Marella. Contrary to what others might be thinking, I actually enjoyed this because Santino said that he might be champion the next time they go to Boston. I highly doubt that. But anyways, Kevin Nash definitely got heat here. When you're beating up a fan favorite like Santino Marella, that's definitely going to get you heat. And Nash desperately needs heat.
That's probably one of the reasons why they did that.
Exactly.
Because if you beat up like Brent, like one of the heels, then they would probably like cheer him or crap like that. But since he like beat the crap out of Santino, they just hated him.
Exactly. So hopefully they move into the Triple H and Nash storyline. So I'm pleasantly surprised that they did not bring back Triple H last night, and I am hopeful that they will move that program into TLC instead of Survivor Series instead of rushing it. Also after that we had, I believe it was the main event. Yes, we had the main event match between Randy Orton and Wade Barrett. This is a rematch from SmackDown. Did not live up to the hype. The match only lasted a few minutes before it ended in disqualification. But I definitely believe that they did hype this match, this tag team match, to its fullest last night. And I, for one, am certainly looking forward to it. They got a lot of young talent and have a lot of good chemistry. So hopefully we see something good out of those guys. And to end the show, we had The Rock and John Cena confront Awesome Truth. This promo was nothing short of logical, yet it was also pretty good. John Cena and The Rock also served some comedy, you know, as they usually do with their back and forth, you know, hits to each other. Not physical hits, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Awesome Truth, you know, as they said, they're just the third wheel in this rivalry. They haven't been rebuilt on the legitimate heels in months. Okay, maybe not months, maybe like 2 months, but you know what I mean. But there's just absolutely no hope for Awesome Truth at this point. I mean, they will if they do go over Sunday over Cena and Rock. It won't be clean, most definitely. Obviously,
Yeah.
It won't be clean.
I don't think someone's going to interfere, and when the ref's not looking.
Maybe Kevin Nash. I don't know, but we'll see. But hopefully it leads to a John Cena heel turn. But you know, if WWE.com starts talking about it, and you see all the fans start talking about it, it's obviously not going to happen. Creative likes to swerve us at the last possible minute, and it just serves no purpose in the end, especially if it doesn't benefit anyone. So overall, this episode of Raw was pretty decent. I mean, a lot of people can complain that it wasn't entertaining, that it was too long given the 3-hour segments. I mean, given the 3-hour tenure of the show. But I definitely think I enjoyed it. I mean, they had some decent action, decent storylines, and they definitely hyped the hell out of Survivor Series for this Sunday. So I definitely think that Survivor Series is full of surprises. So I cannot wait for this Sunday for that.
As we say.
Yep, so hopefully it does turn out to be a pretty good show, and they just do not bomb it with horrible booking at the last possible second, with overbooked finishes and overbooked storyline telling and such. So overall, this is a pretty good show, and now on the likes. So you can follow me on Twitter at save_us_GSM, as well as visit my personal website, nextairwrestling.weebly.com, for all the latest WWE/TNA rumors, recaps, reviews, and more. Visit my Bleacher Report profile below in the links for all of my latest articles. And you can also subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, whatever. I highly appreciate your feedback. And this is Jackson. I highly appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully we can have you back on again. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in tonight. Enjoy the rest of your week. And this is GSM and Jackson signing out.